do I need to step up my political game? Oh my God. I went,
Yeah.
whew, when I was coming up, playing the game, being political, there was like a judgment about that. Like you were not supposed to be political. You were supposed to be all about being authentic.
Hmm.
What's authentic? But when that was sort of code for, I'm going to do it my way no matter what
Yeah.
is going on. And I wonder if you could just talk a little bit about that, because that is something that I think can have like some people to think that there's a value judgment, but it just is, isn't it?
There's a value judgment with everything. Okay. So I think we have to be honest with ourselves and realistic about, you know, why we're in a space and what we intend to accomplish when we're there. And I say that because in the book I talk a lot about expectations, which I think we'll get to. In general, we grow up thinking that, if we are educate ourselves and we do great work and we do all these things, and those things are going to be recognized and rewarded. Well, maybe, but that's not all of what we have to do, especially if we're women, especially if we're women of color, especially if we're people of color. Okay. And so it is so important to understand the politics. People cringe when they hear that word. They cringe when they hear words like networking and things like that. But it's necessary, okay? Because people do business with and interact most effectively with people they're familiar with, that perhaps look like them, that they're comfortable with, and that they understand. But when there are differences introduced, it makes people uncomfortable.
Right.
And so it's really important to understand how that plays out in your environment. In this case, your work environment, your professional environment, right? And
Right.
figure out what the impact that will have on you and how you're going to respond.
Well, and I think you're asking us to take a larger view,
Absolutely.
because
Ab-
so I think for me, when I was coming up, it was all about me.
oh,
Sensitive little creature.
oh, yeah, yeah,
and, and what you're asking us to do is step back, look at all of the dynamics and the things that are going on and how things perhaps are being structured. Who's in power, who's making
yeah,
decisions,
yeah.